Hi, I'm David Cumming. Some of you already know me as a PhD candidate at the University of Melbourne. Since submitting to DiGRA, I've also submitted my thesis for examination and I've moved to the UK, where I'm now a lecturer in esports and game studies at Staffordshire University, London. Today I'm going to talk a bit about a key finding that me and my co-authors generated from a broader ethnographic project exploring experiences of esports spectatorship across 3 different sites: the home, the stadium, and the esports bar. Namely, I'll be talking about forms of laborious spectatorship that we observed esports fans partake in. We coined the term to encompass aspects of spectatorship that were not motivated by leisure alone. Simply, laborious spectatorship goes beyond spontaneous leisure, making concerted efforts to achieve a specific spectating experience. We found that an underlying aspiration often motivates laborious spectatorship. Through our 3 ethnographic studies, we found that fans often sought to advocate for esports through the laborious spectatorship. They felt a sense of loyalty, almost an obligation to esports for the niche entertainment it had provided them in the past. Through the laborious spectatorship, fans felt that they were giving back to esports. And while laborious spectatorship manifested differently in the home, the stadium, and the esports bar, each instance closely related back to this notion of indebtedness to esports. I'll start by describing what we observed in a domestic context. For those who spectated esports in their homes, the presence of household cohabitants was a common factor with which compromise was needed to be sought. While many participants noted that they would stage the spectatorship around their parents, siblings, and partners, others sought to stage their experiences of spectatorship for these others. Notably, the laborious spectatorship of these participants sought to legitimize esports for their non-fan cohabitants by portraying esports as professional and authentic. The aspiration of this laborious spectatorship was not to convert non-fans into fans, but rather to help improve the perception of esports among those outside of the fandom by portraying esports as highly professionalized. At the stadium, a desire to engage in active forms of support motivated laborious spectatorship. Driven by a desire for future major esporting events to be held in Australia, spectators sought to portray themselves as an enthusiastic audience worthy of future consideration. In particular, spectators were able to perform expressions of patriotic support and partisan fandom through their spectatorship, allowing these spectators to partake in a sports-like experience in a context that they were truly passionate about. By allowing esports fans to experience these widely celebrated sporting rituals and behaviours, experiences of spectatorship at the stadium were authenticated and legitimized. At the esports bar, we observed that the venue was a popular site used by enthusiast fans to introduce novices to esports. Taking advantage of the relaxed atmosphere of the bar, enthusiasts worked to ease novices into esports spectatorship, which can be overwhelming and hard to appreciate for those unfamiliar. To aid the novices, the enthusiasts staged a spectating experience that would be understandable, educative, and engaging. Notably, the enthusiasts often narrated the match for the novices, providing a commentary track which focused not only on punctuating and contextualizing the matches, but also explained much of the esport on a basic mechanical level. In doing so, enthusiasts worked to bridge the gaming literacy which novices lacked to fully understand and enjoy esports spectacle. In doing so, the enthusiasts' laborious spectatorship aspired to grow the esports community. Ultimately, laborious spectatorship provides an alternative perspective with which to understand esports activities, which have so far been predominantly understood in existing literature through frames of leisure. Even in literature regarding professionalization and esports careers, the pursuit of esports play is often framed as a form of serious leisure. Our research makes apparent the work that esports fans dedicate to constructing their seemingly unpretentious spectatorship, as well as the underlying aspirations that drive their spectatorship beyond the realms of leisure alone.